Hi, Pat the podcast editor here. Today on Knowlton Nuggets, we're talking about standing out and the positive steps you can take to ensure you remain a cut above the rest. Let's take a look.
Like, what practical steps can you actually take to think, to find how you can stand out and to start standing out?
I think the easy thing is looking at your competitors and getting inspiration. So if any of your competitors...
I disagree.
Okay, cool. If any of your competitors are doing better stuff, firstly, you want to get to that level and get over it. We'll hear what Dan thinks in a minute. But I think how we look at things is looking outside of your industry for inspiration and actually thinking, so, you know, if you're us, or let's use the estate agent thing. Right, my biggest competitor is advertising in the local paper, and they seem to be having success. What other channel actually gets to more of the target market than the local paper, and can we get more creative with? Or how can we do that in a better way and not just copy them? What do other industries do that's gaining success? So what do you think?
I was going to say, the second part, that I think always try and look outside of your industry for inspiration. You know, there's an example. I don't know if you've seen, there's a lady called Jerry Williams from Smooth Accounting on LinkedIn. No. She's an accountant. And I'd traditionally say accountancy is sort of probably more boring than a lot of industries.
Whoa, Dan. I actually disagree.
Go on then.
Well, we've been speaking to some judges for an award we're out for, which is actually an accountancy firm. They sponsor the awards and they're the judges.
Right.
And since speaking to them, I actually think that accountants are really interesting. So
is it because you're trying to influence their decision on choosing us as the winner?
No, not at all. I actually think accountants are probably the best people I've met.
But where was I? About Smooth Accounting.
Yeah.
Traditionally, it's boring. Obviously, Knowlton and you don't think they're boring. They're amazing.
No, definitely.
But she takes a really unique approach with her content, and a lot of her videos aren't dry and they're fun and entertaining to watch. And she talks about accountancy jargon, and like when the budget comes out, she explains it in layman's terms. And yeah, I think you can even look at being different when you are part of a not boring industry.
Bringing in creativity to any industry. And obviously it's easy for accountants because they're already so interesting and great people. But there might be other industries that aren't judging awards we're up for that are less interesting and you need to be more creative with.
And I think in terms of more practical steps, I think actually try to spend time consuming content from those other interesting industries alongside accounting. I think a lot of the inspiration and the ideas I get are from what I've consumed on social media platforms and on media channels. So if you're not spending time actually consuming that, you're not going to be getting those ideas to feed into your business.
I think on a creative level on how you can think of doing this, it's very hard, and I think very few and they're very talented people that are creative can just from the inside of their head think, oh, this amazing thing no one's done before, that's going to be great. I know there are people that are very talented that think of those ideas, and occasionally we all can do it, but the reality is most of it is you find inspiration from other places and other people that are doing well, and not inspiration from one source where you're like, oh yeah, just copy that. It's lots of different things, getting great examples, and they usually then help the creative process, and you take lots of little bits to gain success. So I think, like you're saying, actually consuming good stuff is important.
So there you have it. For more tips on standing out, why not go back to episode 60 to find out how you can set yourself apart from your competitors. And we'll see you same time next week for another Knowlton Nugget.